HRMMA Flyweight Championship. Introducing first, the fighter to my right, fighting out of the red corner. Has a perfect MMA record, 5 wins and no losses. He weighed in at 125 pounds. Representing Wrestle Martial Arts from Nashville, Tennessee, Traughber. And his opponent right left, fighting out of the B2 Digital blue corner. He represents Bronx Hill MMA from Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 124 pounds,
Montez Jordan's coach and teammate Michael Ricketts will be fighting tonight in the co-main event against Zach Hicks. This is a couple Tennessee guys against Bronx Hill guys.
Traughber coming out right away, inside kick over right. I don't see this fight going 5 rounds. I think these guys are going to start to explode.
This is one of the 4 title fights on the card tonight.
Montez Jordan doing a good job of dominating that right side underhook. Uses it to get that knee pick. Montez doing a good job of.
And he took that takedown right into side control there.
Yeah, he pulled Traughber right off the cage. Very wise there. Maybe showing a bit of the experience of having close to 20 amateur fights.
Smart, too, keeping his back away from the cage so he can't cage walk on him.
Correct. Traughber reaching for this far Kimura. Have a very difficult time finishing that from bottom side control. Now, I'm sorry, this is exactly where Montez wants to be, on top of Traughber in the center of the cage.
And with that wide control there, you could just see he's really, he's not trying to land strikes right now. He's trying to control the position.
Correct. Yeah, Traughber's only hope right now is to push on the hips, use his feet to push off and create space. Montez is just sticking right in there. Traughber almost able to sneak that knee in. Montez says no, sir.
He's still active with his hips from the bottom.
Yeah, Traughber's not just sitting here hoping for a stand-up. He's definitely trying to reclaim his guard.
In the amateur ranks, you see someone, Alex, who is 10-8. That's a winning record.
Right.
Are you going to see someone who's much more experienced at the amateur level around here than that?
No. You'll be hard-pressed to find somebody with 20, 19, 18 amateur fights. I got to think that this is one of the last times we'll see Montez Jordan as a amateur.
Traughber has adjusted, has an open guard now.
And he's trying to, looks like, get a butterfly there. He's got his heel on his hip.
Good wrist control there. Traughber was able to shoot that triangle right up.
Wow.
Yeah, Montez Jordan's going to need to put his hands on the hips here, pin the hips of Traughber and posture up.
He's got to be careful. He's got to be all in or all out with those arms.
Jordan has fought out of a triangle before. This isn't anything he hasn't seen.
No, yeah, this is not his first rodeo. 10 seconds here. I don't think Traughber will be able to finish. Very close. Good job.
I love the adjustment by Traughber to transition from bottom side control, get to open guard, and then threw up a triangle setup. He lost the round.
Yeah, I agree. What showed out to me there was Traughber was really slick in how he was able to dominate the wrist from bottom. He wasn't telegraphing what he was trying to do with his wrist control. He was working the left side, moving his hips almost like he wanted to Kimura, sweep the left side, and then come right back, wrist control right side, shoot the triangle up. It was very slick.
Alex, how come this is in the amateur ranks you see a lot of times that wrestling just dominates?
Because these amateurs aren't so high level. Most of them aren't so high level that their jiu-jitsu can negate wrestling, or that their kickboxing or Muay Thai or boxing can negate a great wrestler. Wrestlers are predominantly lifers. They start when start wrestling 4 or 5 years old, and then grind until 18, 19, and then they come in and fight. So
they've competed a couple hundred times. By the time they step into the MMA cage,
yes,
you have a bunch of high-level competitions, really, is what it is, under your belt for combat sports.
Right, yeah, and, you know, that muscle memory is just so deeply ingrained. It's so, you have to be so far ahead in another category to be able to negate that.
On a positive, both guys look very fresh after that first round.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of energy spent, not too many punches being thrown.
5-round title fight. Wow, this is why I chose these 125-pounders for the fight of the night, or predicted them to be.
Yeah. The energy level at the 125 in some of these lower classes, it is remarkable.
Ooh. Superman punch by Traughber.
Little
nice hip toss.
Josh Johnson would like that Harai Goshi.
Sure. Now we see the roles reversed. Will we see Jordan throw up a triangle setup? No.
He's got one arm isolated, I think. No, Traughber able to get it back in. Traughber's actually working to manipulate that elbow. You see Montez Jordan with that left side underhook. From the bottom, closed guard is actually one of the few positions you really don't want to have an underhook. Not right now. Now he's okay once he starts getting that elbow up high near the ear.
Both of these guys, when they were on their back, are showing a lot of action, not just laying there trying to clearly work the guard and they're keeping their the guard high here and not just laying and trying to keep him closed.
Yeah, these guys are not trying to go 5 rounds. Definitely, these guys are trying to get the submission.
Thus far, it's looked like the guy on the top has had difficulty actually doing much damage.
Yeah, Montez Jordan's doing a really good job of dictating the posture of Traughber. And now Traughber's walking Montez Jordan right over into
Alex,
his own cage.
Why would he push him into the cage at this point? Is he just trying to back him into the corner? I mean, I would assume that if he opens his guard, then he can cage walk and get out of this position.
Well, he's holding it. You see him right there. He just cradles the head of Montez Jordan. He puts the head on the cage right there. And the most important thing that he basically picked him up and just walked him right over into Traughber's own corner so he can just sit there, cook the beans, work, get advice the entire time.
But see what I mean, that was what I was concerned about. He opens the guard and then he's able to get out of the position.
Yeah, you are correct.
Got to be careful with that choke there.
Yeah, Traughber's deep on this, I think. Jordan's trying to come up and fight the hands, able to get out. And now Traughber coming right back to it.
He can't really finish from that position, can he, Alex?
No, because wisely Montez Jordan conceded the position. He just laid down, let his back fall right to the mat. It's not really going to be able to finish that guillotine from side control. And so the idea with Traughber being on top with Jordan's head on the cage, yes, Jordan can walk, but the idea is that Traughber can easily just bring his hands down low and pull Jordan right off the cage. He looked like he was maybe working. I think as soon as Jordan was able to walk up is when Traughber went for the neck. So maybe he planned on that. But I think he could have pulled him off the cage if he wanted to. He just chose not to.
It's definitely a square fight after 2 rounds. Easy to judge those 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think it's 1-1. What do you think, Mark?
I think it's 100% 1-1.
Yeah, we know that at the end of the first round, Jordan was on top. End of the second round, Traughber was on top.
Yeah.
Now, if this wants to come to fruition for my prediction as fight of the night, maybe this third round they'll be like, let's just kickbox.
Yeah,
I know, we need to see some action, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep it on the feet.
I mean, on the other side of that, too, I don't think either guy has taken a lot of damage in round 1 or round 2. So, you know, looks like the cardio these guys are going to hold. You kind of have to think this is a fresh fight going into 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, these guys are both ready to go, I think. Not a lot of damage done to either guy. You know, we saw earlier, Badillo versus Aaron Palmer, both of them were just wearing it on their face and their chest and their neck. We're seeing none of that here. Montez Jordan coming out right away. Looks like he's making a point to stick that jab out, put it in the face of Traughber. And he went with that left kick early in the first round, and Traughber was able to catch it. That's what ultimately led Montez Jordan to be on his back for the whole round.
It almost looks like Jordan's just trying to pepper him a little bit, but he really wants a takedown.
Yeah, I think he does. Doesn't want to stand right in front of Alex Traughber.
And stand-up wise, Alex just looks like he's just more crisp on his feet.
Yeah, he's not as tentative. Jordan is kind of pulling his punches and his kick, whereas you see Traughber ripping everything.
His strikes are crisp and he's throwing through the target.
Yeah, we're starting to see that jab of Montez Jordan kind of slow down. Good 1-2 there.
I think he's got him hurt. Ooh,
yeah, Traughber needs to go to the body right now.
Oh,
there it is.
You called it, Alex.
Jordan trying to level change wisely.
Traughber stuffed it, threw him down, said, let's stand back up.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Traughber start to get on his bike again.
Now, Traughber's opened up too. I mean, he's got a bloody nose.
Traughber's got to be smart, though. He's got to keep that distance because his strikes were beautiful. He should stay just on the outside of Montez's wheelhouse like he had when he was landing those big strikes.
Yeah, this might be over soon.
I think if he goes a little more to those uppercuts, Alex.
Jordan trying to stay alive. He's fighting onto that single leg. Now Traughber's going to go back to the neck.
If you have a tired fighter here, Alex, do you want to get him to stand back up like this?
No, Montez Jordan wanted it to stay on the feet. He was happy right there in the bottom of that front headlock position. But Traughber too wise. Oh. Ripping the body, very good. Traughber's punches are kind of starting to slow down. He's thrown probably 100 punches in the last minute.
And Jordan looks like he's got a little bit of blood around the right eye. Oh. Oh, nasty.
Good stoppage.
George Conley steps in and stops the fight for a big third round TKO victory for Alex Traughber. 6-0. 6-0.
Yeah,
that's a heck of a prospect right there.
Yeah, he needs to go pro. Maybe fight one more amateur, I would think. I mean, I'm certainly not his coach or anything, but he looks good enough to be a professional.
I liked how he mixed up those strikes and wasn't just coming with straight punches. When Montez started to lean forward, he noticed that opportunity and came with up punches, and like you said, came around the side to take that body, and that just kept him going forward.
Yeah, that's high experience there from Alex Traughber to be able to have the knowledge to go to the body.
By the way, guys, I'm going to go watch some fights from the non-commentating, and thank you very much for having me, as always.
Thank you very much, Mark.
I appreciate it. I love listening to your expertise.
Thank you, brother.
Huge win there for Alex Traughber. I don't know that it'll be fight of the night like I predicted, but it was 1-1 and then a third round stoppage. I mean, that was a good fight.
That was great.